My name is Representative Pam Powers Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Today is June 24, 2022. We are still in session. It's after 5 o'clock on a Friday. We usually aren't here on Fridays. Wednesday night, we worked into the wee hours of Thursday morning. Thursday, we worked until 9 o'clock at night, and we're still here at 5. We're not done. There are rumors about sine die and ending the session tonight, but right now things are kind of dragging on. So, one of the big things that the Republicans want to pass that have still not been passed is the water bill. You might remember several months ago that Governor Ducey said that he wanted to take $1 billion of our $5 billion surplus and put it into developing a water authority. We had a few big meetings in the legislature talking about water, and the water authority as it was structured at that time was so unpopular with both Republicans and Democrats that they went back to the drawing board on it. Now, it has been reworked a little bit. It's not a water authority. They're calling it a water initiative now. The money is going to be funneled through an organization called the Water Infrastructure Financing Authority. It has been around for a long time. It gives grants to municipalities to improve their water system and things like that. And so it's been, sort of an agency that's been percolating along for quite a while and helping cities, improve their water supply and have clean water for their citizens and things like that. But it's never had the scope that it would have if we hand the water authority over to them. And so there's still a lot of things that I don't like about this bill. I understand the need for the water, obviously, because Lake Mead is going down, and they're saying in a few years Lake Mead might be a dead pool. That means that it won't have enough water to run downhill out of there and feed the crops. The other thing is that Lake Powell is getting low. They were saying that Lake Powell will get to the point where it can't generate electricity. These are big issues. The other day at the Natural Resources, Energy, and Water Committee, when they were hearing the water bill, Representative Tim Dunn said they should have had that meeting 5 years ago. Well, they should have had that meeting 5 years ago. Maybe they should have stopped flood irrigation in Phoenix 5 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago. So I don't know what they're going to do. They need Democratic votes on that bill, but so far I am not on it. So it is $1 billion, but they are putting 75% of it, $750 million, into what they're calling water augmentation. What is water augmentation? That is getting water from someplace else and bringing it to Arizona. So that's like the idea of having a pipeline from the Mississippi River. Remember that was a bill last year? A pipeline across Texas, which is a really big state, to Arizona for water. The other option that has been discussed is a desalination plant in the Gulf of Mexico, which would require, a contract or negotiation with the country of Mexico to take water out of the Sea of Cortez and pipe it to Arizona. I mean, seriously, folks, I found out in the meeting the other day that we don't have any kind of a agreement with Mexico. And look how mean we are to the Mexicans. We passed a bill earlier today to build a freaking border wall on the border. So why would the Mexicans be nice to us and let us have some water and let us run a pipe across their country to our state? Come on, we're not nice to other people. So why would they be nice to us? And also, they are saying in the meeting that we wouldn't own the facility. We would buy the water from whoever owns the facility, like a public-private partnership. Well, you know what? You let the corporations control the price of water, it ain't going to be cheap anymore. The other $250,000 of this is some conservation issues. Now, the Democrats are trying to negotiate to make that better, but the things that are not in the bill at this point are the rural management areas. This would allow local municipalities to control the water in their areas with approval from their citizens. Right now, most of the groundwater in the state, something like 80% of the groundwater in the state of Arizona, is not protected. That is why foreigners are growing alfalfa in the desert. So I don't think that that's enough. I think that we need to have those rural management areas to give local control so people can control their water supply. For example, towns are going dry. Like the little town of Strawberry in northern Arizona is about to go dry. There have been people in the Wilcox area who are transporting their own water. Why are we doing this? The other thing that I don't like about the current bill is that there's going to be a water board that is going to be making the decisions for how we get water, who we're going to buy water from, who's going to get grants to do things with water projects. And so right now, the current thing is that the Governor Ducey and the Republican leaders in the legislature are going to be appointing the board members. So what could go wrong? Well, we know what happens when they appoint the board members. And conveniently, their terms are 5 years. And so even if we get a Governor Katie Hobbs, they've set it up so she's not really going to be appointing anybody, right? I think this is a bad idea. There's not enough citizen input. Yes, we need the water, but we need a better bill. We need more local control. We need the make up the board to reflect the people of Arizona. And really, why wouldn't the board be elected like the CAP board? The state of Arizona, we have control over who gets on the CAP board for the Central Arizona Project. Why would we have this water authority with $1 billion and all this power be appointed by Ducey and his cronies? I don't like crony capitalism. I think that we need a better deal. I think we should have a special session. We need to have more discussion, more ideas, and if they need Democratic votes, they need to make this bill better.